Hey, Clemson family, welcome to our first emergency podcast edition of Reign Supreme Alway. Brandon Streeter is out as Clemson's offensive coordinator, and we might know who the new guy is.
I'm Daniel Shirley. It sounds like Garrett Riley is going to be Clemson's new offense coordinator. Lots of sites reporting that. The Broyles Award winner could be running Clemson's offense coming up in 2023.
Yep, and those reports aren't coming from shaky people either. I'm Bill Zimmerman. We'll call this episode 55 of the Reign Supreme Alway podcast. We will try to keep this short, and once we have more details on everything, we'll bring you another episode as soon as we can. Follow us on Twitter at Clemson Kickoff, and we will relay trusted reports there as well before our next episode. So when you heard that Streeter was being fired, Daniel, you and I were working on another episode, just kind of looking at some question marks around the program, looking at basketball. All of a sudden, in the middle of our prep, the news broke about Brandon Streeter, and that made us think that they had to have gotten a significant upgrade, maybe even a headline grabber kind of guy. And the multiple reporters who we find to be very reputable indeed say that it's Riley.
Bill, I was shocked. How long did I sit here and say I don't know what to say because I was shocked that this change actually happened? Because I think a lot of people have called for changes within the Clemson offense. Maybe not specifically the coaches, but a different scheme or something, or try something new. But here we are, and there were a lot of people who said Dabo wouldn't do this, and that's what shocked me so much. As I didn't think there was going to be a coaching change, and sounds like it'll be official tomorrow afternoon.
Yep, you also had been hearing about the reports that were out there that the BOT would be meeting tomorrow. That's the Clemson University Board of Trustees in order to approve a new contract for an assistant football coach. There was no specificity at that point. Would it be for a new coach or would it be a new deal for an existing assistant? But since we have seen the reports of Streeter being fired and the fact that reporters including Ross Dellinger at Sports Illustrated, Larry Williams at Rivals.com, very close to the Clemson beat, Adam Rittenberger from ESPN, all saying that Garrett Riley is the choice, you have to think that that will be settled at tomorrow afternoon's meeting on campus. I guess the next question is, does this lead to more changes on the offensive coaching staff? Riley certainly did a very nice job under Sonny Dykes at TCU, both this year in Fort Worth. Also, the 2 years prior across town at SMU, excellent offenses there. You would think once he gets on campus, he'll be talking with other assistants about philosophies, about the things he wants to do, reviewing tape of the Clemson personnel, what the players can and can't do right now. Maybe more is going to come, maybe not right away, but you have to watch all offseason now. I would think at least through the spring, will there be more turnover on this staff?
I would say it's probably not likely, but you never know, right? Like you just said, once Garrett Riley, if he is the choice, gets in place, and if they don't mesh well, I mean, there could be some more changes coming at that point. Look, he's done a good job everywhere he's been. He was a running backs coach at App State and then was going to be the offensive coordinator there, was promoted there, but then got the job at SMU. Both years he was at SMU, the offense was in the top 15 nationally, and he was the main play caller in that group. And then we saw what TCU did this year offensively and what he was able to do with that group. So he's a young guy. There's no doubt about that. But this does feel like a great hire. And we'll see what that means when he gets in to work with this Clemson offense and the talent that this group has. It's just still a little bit shocking, Bill, that this change happened. But you're seeing it across Twitter from all the college football writers who I follow. The quotes are, Dabo's not messing around. Dabo's serious. This is a big time change. These changes needed to come, right? And here we are. And Clemson's going to make this kind of a change with its offensive coordinator. Again, still shocked, but now kind of excited about what you'll see from this coaching staff moving forward.
According to the TCU website, he was named to the American Football Coaches Association 35 Under 35 Coaches Leadership Institute. More research around the web. He is 33 years old. And by the way, younger brother of Southern Cal head coach Lincoln Riley, although he's cut his own path coming up through the ranks. Let's take a quick look now to kind of close the book on Brandon Streeter. You know, I liked watching Streeter when he was a quarterback at Clemson. 15 years total in the program and a couple of different stints. He's been with the program since the 2015 season and the offseason leading up to that. In his single year as offensive coordinator, he had the Tigers 48th in total offense, 30th in scoring offense. Not bad, certainly not what the Clemson Tigers are used to putting up. And even though he improved DJ Uyunglele's performance in the first half of the season, the second half of the season went downhill. Cade Klubnik had mixed results to close the season out as well. And as quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator, that is going to put a bit of a nail in the coffin for you, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Especially when you watch what Georgia has become offensively since making a change and maybe doing some new things, fresh ideas, and you watch them play Monday night in the championship game. You can't watch Clemson play offense and then watch Georgia play offense and think, yeah, Clemson's on their level. It's just not close. And you watch Alabama play, and heck, Bill, watch Florida State play offense. What they're starting to do down there in Florida State. You have got to try some new things offensively. And that's what I'll be interested to see what happens next. What new ideas does Garrett Riley bring with him? Any new schemes, anything that they're going to try differently with him as the offense coordinator?
Statement from head coach Dabo Swinney Thursday evening included this quote: "Though we took a step forward offensively in 2022 after evaluating our offense in depth, I felt it was in the best interest of our program to seek new leadership at that position," meaning offensive coordinator. "These decisions are never easy, but it is my job," again, this is Sweeney's quote, "to evaluate and assess every part of our program every year, and this was just the right time to make a change. I look forward to bringing in a dynamic, proven leader at offensive coordinator with the specific purpose of meeting and raising the standard of excellence that has been established at Clemson." There was more for him to say, but that's really the meat of it. It gets the message across. Daniel, you've wondered about the phrase "best is the standard" being applicable at Clemson because of the underperformance. I've said that, hey, you can set the standard and want to hit it and miss it. Certainly the standard is firm today, isn't it?
It is. And again, I'm shocked. I don't know any other word to use than shocked. I've wondered about the whole best is the standard stuff. And then you kind of see where this team was these past 2 years. Well, this feels like a reset. This feels like when Billy Napier was let go. They needed some fresh ideas. This feels like when Kevin Steele was let go with the defense and they needed fresh ideas. Now you just wonder exactly what those ideas are going to be and what Garrett Riley will bring with him. I can't wait to find out.
It certainly breathes a whole lot of life into this offseason, that's for sure. It's good to see that Riley has some roots in the Southeast with some time at East Carolina, some time at App State. That could end up serving him well. Clemson's been recruiting better and better out in Texas and other locations out in the West. You've had some guys from Missouri area, California, everywhere. So again, we'll just have to see if any changes come to the staff, and boy, will all eyes be on the offense in the spring game this year or what?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you want to see how Garrett can use these two really talented young quarterbacks that they have in Cade Klubnik and Christopher Vizina, how he can use, and Antonio Williams and Will Shipley and Phil Maffa and Jake Brennanstool. There's weapons on this offense. Now you want to see how they're going to be utilized with the new coach in place. And again, how he fits with the rest of the coaching staff is going to be key.
Well, once we have more information on this being finalized, assuming that this does get sealed up tomorrow, we will get you another episode with a closer look at all this. We'll also get into basketball as well. The Tigers undefeated still in ACC play in a big game coming up Saturday against Duke. Until that next episode, I'm Bill Zimmerman.
I'm Daniel Shirley. Go Tigers.